The city's Southside community of Roseland was once home to steel and automotive industries. With the collapse of jobs and revenue, the neighborhood has dealt with decades of economic decline. Over the years, the community has been working to turn that around. To learn more about development happening in the area, Chicago Tonight's Joanna Hernandez and producer Acacia Hernandez spent the day in Roseland, and Joanna joins us now. Joanna.
Brian, that's right. I was told that this neighborhood was once known as the jewel of the South Side. But as you mentioned, over the years, the neighborhood has struggled to keep the community thriving because of lack of investment and, of course, the things that are happening in this neighborhood. But despite those challenges, there has been a big push to help the residents obtain those resources and get new opportunities. Now, we start by meeting with the president of the Chicago State University. Z. Scott has been the president for 4 years and says her goal has remained to help minority students attend college, especially through the pandemic.
In addition to getting our students through the pandemic, but actually getting better access to college, not only to college, through college and to complete. For example, our freshmen can come to Chicago State for free in what we call our RISE Academy. It's a comprehensive set of services that include technology, counseling, really intensive advising to really focus on that first year experience and getting that student to that sophomore year.
The university says it's launched several programs and scholarships aimed to help African Americans and Latinos with their education and workforce preparation. President Scott shares the last 2 years have been challenging, and despite seeing a decline in enrollment, she says they're rolling out resources to help students obtain their education.
But while we did see a decline in undergraduate enrollment, we saw an uptick in our graduate enrollment, and that's across the nation. We saw students who were thinking about, this is my opportunity to reskill, upskill, and really take myself in another direction in my career.
When it comes to change in the community, Andrea Reed, the executive director at the Chamber of Commerce, is on the front line. She has worked on extending the CTA's red line, helping to offer low fare rates and fight to stop the violence that's been affecting the businesses for years.
Again, we come from decades of disinvestment. We can't throw money at this situation. It's more than just fixing up a building. There are challenges that we face that go beyond money. There are lives involved here. There are people who have suffered from unresolved trauma. Hurting people hurt other people.
Leaders at Chicago Cred know all too well the obstacles people face in the neighborhood. The organization works to put an end to gun violence with face-to-face outreach, using their own experiences to help people in the neighborhood choose a different path. Outreach Supervisor Terrace Henderson says there's a variety of obstacles the community faces involving drug abuse, the increase of guns, and emotional trauma.
One of the biggest things that I really think that's affecting the communities is that it's not a lot of people to express yourselves to. Like, a lot of these individuals is holding everything that they've ever dealt with in their lifetime within themselves. And, you know, trauma don't stay within you. You know, I may be having a bad day and I don't let nobody know it. Somebody come step on my shoe, but my boiling point was at the tip. You just stepped on my shoe, it was harmless. But I've been holding this rage in from something that happened last week, 2 months ago, 2 years ago, and then it just erupted.
Alderman Anthony Beal of the 9th Ward says he's creating opportunities by renovating and bringing to life new projects that will give opportunities. One of those projects is so-called Cop House, or community-oriented policing home to battle the violence. It's expected to open in the summer.
It's a community house. It's a place where people can go, read, learn computer literacy, learn computers. I mean, you name it, you can learn whatever. It's going to be a safe haven for the community. We're working with CRED. Arnie Duncan and his organization. He's going to be working with his organization outside of the Cop House. We're going to have the city bring all their resources. So it's going to be a huge one-stop shop where we have all the wraparound services. Now, we're putting it in one of the most troubling areas in the community because we're going right to the heart of the problem. You go right to the heart of the problem. Once you get that done, then I think you're going to see the safety kind of spill out.
Down on Michigan Avenue, a donut gem has remained open for decades. 82-year-old Bert Bullock has been running his donut shop for nearly 50 years. He works 6 days a week and says his shop has become a place to decompress and indulge in a moment of sweetness.
I like making people smile, you know, and they keep coming back. They come every morning on their way to work. On their way home, they stop in for some more donuts.
And Brandis, everyone that I spoke to walking into that donut shop had a smile on their face and a story to tell. And I tried those donuts for the first time. Delicious. And coming up, we speak to Roseland Community Hospital about what they're doing to continue to provide services to the community. But first, I send it back to you.
Which means you'll be bringing donuts back when you come back to the studio, Joanna. Thank you.